1. Let's get started.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome home. You are on air live with your boy Sap, your place, your space, for real talk and real issues. Let's dive into it, shall we?
1. Let's get started.
Well, I'm Alicia, and this is my boyfriend Troy. We've been together almost 2 years, and everything's been good.
Yes, and I'm Troy. I'm the boyfriend. This is my girlfriend, Alicia. Like you said, we've been together for about 2 years, and it's been a pretty good ride so far.
Where are you from and where you're from?
I'm originally from Connecticut, and I've been living in Atlanta for 10 years now.
Okay.
And I'm from North Carolina, but I was living in LA for about 14 years. So we pretty much met in Vegas. It was almost 2 years ago in May. And while I was leaving the hotel, we crossed paths.
I'm going up the escalator. As soon as I look up the escalator, I see her. I said, oh, okay, she's coming down. But then I said, well, this is my second time seeing her. So it must be like a sign that it's for me to go back and say something.
Okay.
So now I go back down the escalator, kind of get my speed walk on. That's when I approached her. We started talking, and that's when we were, we spoke, we exchanged numbers. But the funniest part about the story is, after we exchanged information, and I turned around, her mother says, "You had to double back on that." Her mother says that to me, because again, I knew she was with another lady from when I said.
But what's the difference in dating in Atlanta, and what's the difference in dating in LA?
So in LA is a stigma saying a lot of women say it's hard to date out there. Maybe because of the type of guys, or but they say maybe it's the type of guys, or it's just maybe the guys actually from LA just don't really be on it. I don't know, but I didn't have an issue dating in LA. So I wasn't really out there dating for
everybody. Their grandma was in the gang. I went to Roscoe Chicken and Waffles.
Mm-hmm.
It was Blood Century and
I went on that part, but to me, I didn't have an issue dating. Go to the gym, grocery store, the mall. I got made, but I really wasn't out there looking for somebody to be with long term. It was just maybe casual type dating. Right. So I didn't have an issue. And then to me, I just think a lot of people out there, and probably in the entertainment business, it is a lot of people like transplants out there too that's not from LA that I probably interacted with more because I didn't really actually date a LA guy like that. To me, I didn't have an issue.
I didn't date in LA, but it's not hard. I'm gonna tell you, it ain't hard, But again, the one thing I would say, even from the time I got here, when my boys would ask me about it, how was it? Is it what they say it is? It's more quantity than there is quality, I would say. It's more of you're gonna get a lot of women. Doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna be the women that you're looking forward to actually date. So even for me, I can't even say generally speaking, I'm not the biggest dater anywhere. I've lived in Miami, I've lived in Atlanta, I lived in Connecticut, dated in New York, dated in New Jersey, dated in Boston, did a lot of that, but I never was the biggest dater, like long-term dater, So I don't know if I'm a good example to ask that question because I was never like a serial dater type of guy, you know what I'm saying? But when it came to meeting women, it's not difficult.
What about dating outside your race?
I've dated outside race. I've dated Hispanic. I've dated Spanish. Right. I've never dated a white girl. Have I dealt with a white girl? Yes, but it was not a dating situation. If that makes sense.
I never dated outside my race, but I have got approached by a lot of men outside of my race. So I haven't met Troy, and I was like, oh, okay, I probably would have been at the point, fuck it, I'll try. Just to see, because, in LA, a lot of men, maybe because they think a lot of the black guys are dating the outside race girls, so the other race men try to come over to the black side.
Right.
Maybe so, but I never had an issue. I've got approached by white, Armenian, Mexican, Spanish, so I would give it a try if, I was single again.
Okay. Since you all, how long y'all been living together?
Actually, so I moved here from LA officially March, maybe 6 months. I think it's been cool. So living together is not the issue. It's just probably the clash of the personalities could be sometimes a challenge. But actually living in a space, I think we have enough space now where we can go different bathrooms or go upstairs, downstairs, and we want our own space.
I mean, everybody talk about this whole 50-50 thing with relationships. What's your stance on that?
50-50 is not a bad situation. But again, I can't say it is, and I can't say it's not. I think really, I can see the pros and cons of it, on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So,
Do you all do the 50-50?
No.
I mean, he take care of more of the big house bills, and I take care of myself, but I chime in if needed. We going out to eat or whatever. And I think it all depends on the couple. Every couple have their own, goals or whatever they feel works in their relationship. So whatever works in the couple relationship, I think that's how it goes. Whatever, don't worry about what social media says or whatever else.
Yeah, you gotta do what works for you.
Do what works for y'all.
Do what works for your situation. If it don't work for you, then go in and if it's other arrangement, whatever it is. If it's 40-60, if it's 80-20, whatever it is that y'all figure out in your relationship, just do what y'all work. Do what works for y'all.
This is another big thing about social media. A lot of people so hell bent on, oh, he's not posting me, she's not posting me. What do you all do?
I don't. I'm not the biggest social media. It's almost like it's almost like some people want to live their relationship through. They live their relationship through the community. But a lot of times when you do that, a lot of times it affects your relationship negatively. So again, as long as the people I know, the people I feel like the people who I know who should know I'm in a relationship, no. I don't have to broadcast it to the world. I feel on social media to show, because I feel like a lot of times, a lot of the relationships that there are a lot of insecurities. It's when you see people each other on there to kind of show, to try to mask the insecurities of what's going on in the relationship. So I'm not really the biggest fan of that. So it's just me.
Well, my relationships in Atlanta was a little different from you all. I've dated women that had 7 kids.
That's a handful.
That's never gonna happen over here.
I dated women that had 7 kids. I dated women that
everybody need love.
yeah. I dated women on apps that
Since you're saying that, when you brought the apps, how do you feel about being on apps?
So it was my first experience actually being on an app. For me, it was just like speed. You know what I'm saying?
So even what you're saying, like on the apps, is it something where, did it feel organic? Like, did it feel like the same way it'd be dating on the apps?
Honestly, I probably didn't even give it a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I met one guy, and actually we was in the same field. He was a nurse, and then somehow we end up working at the same hospital. So one night I was working at USC, and I've seen him there, and I was like, I've seen this guy before. So I went on the app. I think it was like, is that the one where women try to approach the guys first, right? He came back or whatever. So long story short, I think we went on like 2 dates, whatever, but come to find out he had social anxiety. So pretty much he was not really like a talker. He was more like a texter. But when we actually get in person, he really didn't have much to say. So I guess it was like that shyness in talking to an actual person. So it didn't really work out because I wasn't really there, and he wanted to be more affectionate, and I was like, nah, I'm good, because I didn't really feel him like that either.
Right.
So I mean, that was the only thing I experienced. But to each his own, because I know people who've been on dating apps and they then got married and had kids. So I guess it depends on what it is, but
Well, I mean,
to each his own.
I met my wife on Facebook.
Oh.
Again, I didn't even take her serious, to be honest. It's just because, like, I have like little baby mama issues, whatever. And I've told her, I was like, look, I don't think this gonna work because I don't think you can be able to like handle what I have going on. And I kind of saw who she really was. And I took a chance on that, and I'm happy that I did take a chance. So that's the only reason why I actually like gave that a chance. You know what I mean? And I knew that if I was to marry again, that'll be the last time. Because like going through a divorce is like death. I don't like this generation. I don't really.
They say it's pee in it.
I'm not a dater. I was single prior to her. I was single before. Yeah.
I think you're confusing dating with like actually being in a relationship. I think dating could be more like, oh, you went on a date, y'all went out to the eat, y'all went to the club, y'all hung out. But I think you thinking about dating like me and you.
But I don't think a girl could go on one date with me and say we dated.
Right, I don't think so either.
Right. So
So you could like dealt with girls. Maybe you could just put dealt with.
Yes. So I've dealt with women, but I didn't date.
Or
you could put relationship.
But you know what? That's how I define dating as well.
Could I say the person to sit to my left?
Me?
Oh man. Okay.
Craziest person I've ever dated. I dated some wackos before. Again,
I didn't calm down.
And it was short. It was short lived. You know what I'm saying? With the wackos. You know what I mean?
I want to hear examples.
All right, go pick her up at the airport. So while I'm driving her home from the airport, she's trying to do things in the car. But she just had got back from Miami, and I just wasn't really, you know what I mean? You know, girl, this is when I'm in my early 20s. You know, girls go to Miami. They get, you know, who knows what you're doing in Miami? So I just wasn't on it. So she gets frustrated. I'm in the fast lane. She pulls my wheel, yanks the wheel. We go 3 lanes over.
Right.
Luckily, there was nobody on the highway at the time.
And this is Miami, right?
No, this was back home. I picked her up and back home. In Connecticut. She was from Connecticut. Picked her up from her trip in Miami. She pulls my wheel. We swerved 3 lanes.
Man, the cops up there, boy. You don't want to play.
So again, imagine if there was an 18-wheeler, or again, if there was another car on there. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what would have happened?
Yeah.
That was one of the stories of.
Yeah, I had some crazy. I had a crazy situation. Yeah, guys can be crazy. I got my car keyed by a guy.
What?
Yeah. So, but I was in a relationship with him. So if you don't want to be with him, and they feel like at one point they had you under their, you know, on a string or whatever, and now since you pretty much got found your own way, key car, sent videos of us to people that I know. So it's pretty much like a revenge porn type thing. What else? Stalking. Yeah, let's go on.
How you feel about that, Troy?
I used to be, I don't want to say used to be, but I had, back in the day when I was younger, you know, I didn't do some crazy stuff, but yeah, as far as a guy, yeah, guys can do some crazy shit too.
I never knew a guy that's like key a woman's car. You know?
No, I know some guys who done some crazy things. Right? Yeah, keying the car.
Yeah.
I got some crazy boys, some back home with them, did some crazy stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so what y'all thinking about open relationships since y'all was like, you know, distant?
Yeah, I'm not with open relationship. I couldn't do it. Like, I don't know. It's just too much going on in an open relationship. Because again, even when you define open relationship, is there a certain open relationship here? You have to tell your partner, like, I'm about to deal with this person, or y'all just do what y'all do and then come together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying either or is better, but it's just too much going on for me.
I think to each his own, but I feel like people who want to have open relationships, they have to communicate. Because I think people who do have open relationships, they cross those boundaries where they feel like, oh, she gonna be okay if I go sleep with Keisha. You know what I'm saying? And you not tell her. I think that's the issue. But I mean, open relationship. I mean, not as a new couple. I don't think not as a brand new couple. But if y'all got maybe like 15 years or 20 years, and y'all go out of the country somewhere, you know what I'm saying? I think if it do happen, it would have to be out of the country where nobody know y'all. And it's just this what y'all did on that trip. Maybe y'all 20th or 15th anniversary or some type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, things change. People change. You look at things change as you get older, and you've been in a relationship so long, the same routine, the same person, da-da-da-da. But I think if y'all both come to a common ground, like, okay, but this is a boundary. It's not going to cross. It's only going to happen in fucking Colombia or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Then cool. But
okay.
What's your stance?
What you think?
On open relationship? I'm not biased by open relationship. I really feel the same stance as you. Like, as long as everybody on the same boat and understand, like, there are boundaries to the, you know, the open relationship. You know, however, again, some people just.
Listen there. Let me ask a scenario.
All right, go ahead.
Your girl says it's open relationship. Okay. Tell her, could you go out and have a 5-something? And I'll be fine.
5-something. Well, you gotta know your girlfriend.
I'm asking because again, it's 5 of them, but it's just one time. Is that okay? See, probably not gonna be okay. So again, what's the parameters? How do you reel it in on what you can do and what you can't?
That's
too
why.
much.
That's why y'all have that conversation.
That's why. Yeah, that's why it's
Okay,
over conversation.
so
about
she
stuff
goes,
like that.
all right, she's saying I'm gonna go do 1. I said, cool, but I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna do 5.
I
In the
mean,
same-
I think her 1 may be better than that 5 because you
it
probably
might
can't
be,
even
but what
handle
I'm
all
saying-
5, and then she get 1 good
But what
one.
I'm saying is,
she'll be
it-
coming
is
back
it-
with all
does it have to be a
smiles.
1-to-1 exchange? So what if your girl says she wanna go do 5? She wanna get blazed off by 5.
Gang
Is
bang.
you cool with that? It's
Bang,
gonna happen
bang,
one
bang.
time, but it's gonna be 5 dudes going crazy. Exactly. These are things that people don't think about. It's too much going on. You know what I'm saying? You open the Pandora's box and it will get ugly.
No, but y'all would have that discussion before. Y'all be like, okay, I'm about to, you. Hopefully, you would want. I would want to know details.
But
I wanna know
even heard
details.
people say, even when I heard dudes who were crazy in love with a girl, they would say, I'd rather her go out and be super promiscuous than just to have 1 dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if it's the 1 dude, she's really into him. Where if it's multiple men, it's like, you don't really like all those guys. You know what I'm saying? But again, if she's doing 1 dude, like, I want to do it with this 1 guy versus 5.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying, like, these are the Pandora boxes we're talking about over relationships.
You want to get banged up by 5 versus 1?
Like, what if he said I want to have 15 of them joints lined up tonight?
Hey,
I'm just saying.
On that note, I appreciate you guys, Alicia and Troy, man.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
I'm so happy that y'all came on.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah,
We enjoyed it.
absolutely.
We
was
enjoyed
fun.
the
It was
show.
fun. Open conversation.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay, we just wrapped up an episode with Troy and Alicia, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. All right.